Ian, firstly, congratulations. It's a hard fought and well earned 3 points here at Firhill. How was the game for you?
Yeah, very, very hard fought, that's for sure. Coming here on a Tuesday night, it's difficult when you see the weather, and the pitch was hard to play on tonight. Makes it even more difficult, but I thought our players were excellent, really did, in terms of their work rate without the ball, their structure without the ball, the way they complemented each other in terms of working in tandem and trying to get close to each other to make sure we didn't get overloaded in wide areas in particular, because Partick are a good side. They've got good players, they've got good wide direct players, and obviously Brian Graham's always a handful up front, but I felt we limited them to a couple of half chances in the first half, albeit I admit I was quite happy to be in level at half time, and then we get the goal and it gives us something to hang on to towards the end of the game. Last 20-25, that's exactly what we had to do, was hang on to it. The 20 odd minutes of the second half before that, I felt we actually looked like we were going to score another goal, so it wasn't all one-way traffic, that's for sure, but delighted at this stage of the season to come here and follow up a really good derby victory on the Saturday with another 3 points.
It's one thing to show character, but the most important aspect of the game is when the moment comes, you need to deliver quality, and the ball for Kyle Turner was one that any set piece expert would have been proud of, but equally the finish was one that we might have expected a striker to come up with.
Yeah, it's a fantastic delivery from Kyle. He's been on dead balls in training the last sort of 7 days, and he's been incredible with the way he's been shooting at goal and also delivering from the wide areas. He's got that ability. I know Kyle pretty well in terms of a footballer, and he has got that, and he's shown that before. He's been champing at the bit to get in the team. A couple of chats with Kyle over the last week or so, and just to keep him going and making sure he knows he's a huge part of what we're doing, like all the boys are. And I know it's frustrating for players when they're not playing or they're not getting on, but they are. I can't stress it enough to them. It's going to take a massive effort. We've seen that over the last, in particular, 4 to 5 weeks, where we've tried to utilise everybody, utilise the squad as well as we can, and I think the most pleasing thing for me is when boys are coming on, you can see the energy, the legs, the determination and the hunger to do it for the team, not as individuals.
You said the squad was key again tonight, wasn't it? I'm not sure you're going to sleep that well tonight, in between now and kind of Saturday, thinking how do you pick an 11, because people just want to ask questions of you, and I thought that's what happened tonight. Yeah,
it is difficult to pick a team. I've said that before, but in a perverted way, it's becoming easier because of the players I've got in the changing room in terms of the mentality. They know they're not going to play every game. We try and keep the back line as settled as we can, but the ones in front of that, it's very, very difficult. This evening's decisions were a little bit forced. Josh Mullins injured. He obviously picked up a knock against Dunfermline. We had to check on Ross Matthews yesterday, so we didn't really know if he'd be okay. It's tough for him to play so many games. Vonnie, we know it's tough for Vonnie to go and play 3 games in a week, so we have to try and look after him. Big Zach had been a wee bit ill over the weekend, so again we had to think about him, and probably wasn't fair to ask him to go out, because he's done really well for us. So all these things have to come into your thought process, but as I said, the boys in there have shown great maturity. Helps when you're winning games, and you're picking up 3 points, but I've seen a lot of teams and a lot of people go in the huff when they're not playing, but these boys aren't doing that.
We spoke about the goal. It would be remiss not to acknowledge it's a second clean sheet in quick succession. Talk to me about your defensive performance.
Yeah, I thought defensively we were excellent. We're asking Scott to go in there again just due to the circumstances, and he's doing it every week for us, and it's testament to him again, and testament to the boys at the back. Big Kev as well, delighted for him. He's not many saves tonight, a couple of routine ones. We obviously get the wee bit fortunate at the end where it bounces back off the post, because we've seen them go in before, or we've seen rebounds going in before, but I felt we deserved it. I felt we limited them to put in, and they were dangerous crosses in our box, but we limited them to that. They didn't really cut through us very often, not many teams do, but we had to defend at times in the game, because as I say, Partick is the home team. 1-0 down are going to throw things at you, and as I say, when you've got a striker of Brian Graham's calibre and quality, and he scored goals everywhere and every season he's been playing, then we have to be on our guard.
Football managers always like to say at the start of the season that your team's got to show character to win games in lots of different styles. Is that what your team has shown, that they're capable of producing victories in a manner of different ways?
Yeah, any win you always take positives. You always try to take positives out of results that don't go for you as well, but we're not going to, message to the players after games, we're not going to be able to play pretty football every single week. Certainly at this stage of the season, this is an incredible league. Everybody's fighting like mad for something, albeit the bottom end, the middle or the top end. We're no different. We have to find ways to win games. We all want a perfect performance. Unfortunately, football doesn't really exist. There's always areas you want to be better at. The last 2 games we've had to be really, really solid, tighten up ourselves in the middle of the park a little bit, and try and get teams with our quality in the final third, and so far it's going okay. We have to keep sticking to it. We have to acknowledge at times that it's not going to go our way, especially away from home, but we have to stand up to it and be counted, and we're doing it.
The lights are going out round about us, and I think it's time for us volunteers to head up the road and join that 300 or so on the way back to Kirkcaldy. So we say congratulations. We'll catch you probably before Saturday, and if we don't, good luck.
Thank you.